That's how it is.
On that Twitter grind. Yeah.
Anyway, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my talk show. I'm your host, Owen Rebel. This is my talk show, Late Night with Rebel, and we have a returning guest here, Thrill. How you been doing, man?
Hey, yeah, I'm doing great. Just happy to be here for the second time.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
So it's been, I don't know, I think like 3 or 4 months maybe since the last time I spoke to you. And obviously, I think a lot has happened since then. Udon's out. You have a new avatar. You hit over 100,000 subs on YouTube. So now you got that silver play button. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff.
Right?
So tell me about it. Like, what's
Yeah, for
what's been
sure.
going on in the past couple months?
So yeah, I've been really focusing on VR content on the YouTube as well, but mostly Twitch has been a big thing for me, and Twitch and VR chat. So a lot of community building, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
trying to work with game developers, and a lot of meeting with the community here in VR chat. That's been a big part of what we've been doing lately. So yeah, videos, streams, and community. That's pretty much my life now.
Okay. So, so tell me, like, have you, what do you think about like the virtual market for? Have you gone to that? Have you explored it?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, dude, the VCAT was one of my favorite things that I've ever taken part of. I actually got put on the VCAT global team with like Fizzy and Sean VR. We like all got on like a team to go kind of tell people what it was, because a lot of people don't really know what it is. They're like, oh yeah, there's this thing, and then oh, it's not there 2 weeks later. Like, what
Mm.
is this? So yeah, we went and streamed that. I made a video on it as well. So yeah, I loved it personally. That's actually where I got my new avatar. This is a heavily edited version of the one I got. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of VCAT and its future. I think that stuff like that is the best possible future that we could have for like VR chat and a type of virtual market.
Mm-hmm. I
It's
get
just a
you.
cool thing for VR in
Yeah.
general too.
Yeah, it is. I explored it. There's a lot of cool worlds. Not just worlds, but like avatars. There's like shaders you can buy, props you can buy, like weapons. Like people are selling like katanas and stuff. I'm like, whoa! Like you can buy that and attach to your
Yeah.
avatar. That's cool.
Right, yeah. I bought a sword too. If you want, I can show it to you, and it does some like really cool stuff. It flips out, like freaking has some cool animations to it. Things that like I would never be able to, or I probably wouldn't be able to do myself.
Mm-hmm.
But you go to VCAT, you get to try it out. It's like a store, and then you just I paid the dude $5, threw it on my avatar, and called it a day.
Yeah. So yeah, like so one thing the chat has been pointing out, and I do, is that obviously you've changed, since the last time I talked to you, physically, as in terms of your avatar. So what caused this? Because last time I talked to you, you made a very bold statement. You're like, I would never be a female avatar. I'm male for life, boys. Hey, gang, gang. I was like, all right, dude. So what happened, bro?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it's so much like it's not like a hard change on stance. Like I still clearly I identify as male. But yeah, I think that I always enjoyed like throwing on like a female avatar, maybe like whenever I'm hanging out with friends or whatever. But it
Mm-hmm.
was not something that I chose as like my main how I choose to represent myself all the time. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to be honest. It just kind of got boring. No, gotta mix it up.
Yeah, I
And what's cool about
agree.
this avatar is that it's kind of acceptable as like an in between. It's not like in your face. Here's some big old titties, but it's not like I don't know. I think you get the point.
Yeah, it's kind of just like yeah, we just said like in between,
Nothing against in your face big old titties, by the way. Nothing against that.
Whoa, dude.
Just
Whoa,
putting it
dude.
out
No,
there.
if listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna tell you a life lesson. Anytime that in your entire life, anyone, if someone follows a statement by saying no offense, or they're actually triggering you. By the way, they're tilting you. But by the way, if you have to say that, you're gonna trigger somebody. Just saying.
No, I looked over and I saw titties. I was like, whoa, wait, I didn't mean it that way.
Okay, man.
No,
Retracting the statement,
yeah,
dude.
so well, so I also it goes along with having an avatar that I'm proud of. Personally, I don't care what other people really think of it,
Mm-hmm.
but one that I'm proud of and that I like to wear. The avatar that I had before was kind of, I mean, it was a popular base model that I bought and I edited,
Mm-hmm.
and at the time I was pretty happy with it. But I wanted something a little bit more unique and something that you don't see in VR chat all the time. I'm not going to run into somebody in the pug and they've got my exact same avatar, but maybe like the base one or like the free version or something. And I kind of like that idea because
Mm-hmm.
it's just it's yours. It's it's not the coolest thing walking around and you see somebody in your exact outfit if you're out anywhere. So, it's just nice having something that's original.
So, what's the difference between the one you bought and the one you have now? Like, what's the difference?
Uh, So yeah, well, I mean, this one I bought from VCat, which like already you have like a buy-in price, right?
Okay.
So less people are going to have it because you have to buy it. But then, so the original one has like snow jackets on and like a robot thing that
Oh.
hangs out above you
Okay.
and like a big old backpack and like a rifle. So yeah, I took everything off and turns out there's a bodysuit underneath that looks kind of cool.
Oh, okay. I was trying to, because I went to all the avatars. I was like, I don't really remember this one, but I believe, yeah, there's definitely
Right,
some
yeah.
avatars that I've seen where it has like a bunch of stuff on, and then you just take it all off. You have like different. I think Lado also bought one from BCat too. Has like different versions. It has like a, you know, like different, whatever. You know what I mean? Like different outfits. You can take off certain
Right. Yeah,
things, jackets and
I
stuff.
think I've got like 10 versions of things that I've modified on it, like ones with the jacket on, one with half the jacket on.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's cool because you can just edit it however you want after you own the assets.
Okay.
And that's something cool about VCat as well. Which I don't know if I want to jump into something so controversial so quickly, but like stolen assets on VR
Yeah.
chat is a giant problem. Um, I don't know if it's necessarily a problem that's worth fixing right now or that like should be attacked at this point. I think that we should
Hmm.
focus on building the community first. But these people, or not these people, but just some people, they go and steal assets from like Japanese creators that create MMD models, and then uh, sometimes even sell them, even though they have no rights to the assets and there's nothing that anybody can do about it. So that's what VCat's really cool. Why it's really cool is that these people that spend countless hours making avatars and assets for MMD or VR chat or both are able to monetize their stuff directly. Show off their stuff. Hey, this is mine. This is my store. Versus buying through somebody that just ripped assets and is now selling it.
I mean, it's a pretty big topic, but I've talked about it before. But it's good that you mentioned it because I'm actually in the process of interviewing a bunch of people from the Japanese community with a translator, because they want to
Right.
bring they want to come on and talk about this. Obviously, when I have that interview, it'll be a lot more in depth, but we can at least scratch the
Mm-hmm.
surface. What you're talking about, is basically, to reiterate, people, taking avatars that don't belong to them and just stealing them, or, someone buys it, then someone else copies it or whatever, like stuff like that. And it's very sad, people, especially with like, the more popular you are as a content creator or YouTuber or streamer, become a target. I'm a target because the avatar that you see before you was made from scratch. I'm the only one that owns it. So obviously people want to
Mm-hmm.
like take it or whatever, which is sad. But like I understand that from a learning point of view, that like if you use like a TDA or MMD, then like it's you're just if you're using something from DeviantArt and just using it for like personal use to like learn how to 3D model, I think that's okay. But the moment that you start like selling that and like trying to make profits and like ripping things and literally taking people's avatars and cutting them in half and oof,
Right.
I've heard that this year there's going to be a big crackdown on that stuff, on stolen avatars.
Yeah, supposedly it's already happened. I know that some of my friends were really freaking out that people were getting banned for uploading avatars that had IMVU assets,
Hmm.
ears in particular. I don't know how rampant it got, but I had some people that were extremely angry, so I know it did happen. Yeah, people were getting banned because it was proven that they were monetizing and distributing avatars with content that the IMVU community came to the VR chat devs or whatever system that they have for those sort of things, and VR chat obviously responded.
Yep.
um, Yeah, but there's a big difference, like a gigantic difference between being the internet and like an online game that focuses around community content creation. Um, there's a difference between sharing an avatar and making something popular and like, oh, oh, I really like your avatar. Let me copy it, and then like that it happens widespread. The thing becomes viral, and then there's selling that. There's like a hard line where you're like, essentially reselling someone's DVD, like ripped
Yeah.
DVD versus, I don't know, having some friends over to go watch it. There's a hard line.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, with the DVD analogy, it's kind of like taking like a like a popular song and then just like editing it slightly and then reselling it for like $5 a pop or something. It's like, what the fuck? You didn't make that. You just like
Right.
edited it a little bit. You had like maybe you'll increase the pitch or something. It's like that's not. Come on, like, dude.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I would say it's always been a problem. The interesting thing I've learned is that in Japan they have a hard on for like copyright, obviously, but like all their avatars they
Mhm.
make or they pay for. When it comes to like NA, like North America or even Europe or more English crowd, or I guess the would be the more Western community. I guess would be like the more generalized East and West. The Westerners don't really care, and like you can go to like whatever public world, and you can probably find stolen assets pretty easily, even in modified clients as well, are pretty easily. But when I got a tour of the Japanese community with a tour guide and a translator, everybody was like in their own very unique avatars. They're all very nice, very respectful. Like there's no crashers, no negativity. When they went up to me, they were very puzzled because they're like, "Oh my god!" Like they're like, "Hot girl, hot, thick, big tit." I was like, "I mean, it is what it is, bro." So they're all like cutesy little avatars, and I'm like this giant, like person. They're just like, "What's going on? Who are you?"
Right. Yeah, totally. I get that. I think that American or NA and EU audiences are far more frugal with things like digital assets,
Hmm.
and you also have a giant community of people that understand just the very basics of uploading an avatar via Unity, or you're like that sort of thing. I know that a big response whenever I was doing like my VCAT stream or even just talking about it in my video, looking at comments, people are like, "How could you spend $80 on an avatar? Just go get one for free. Like, just go to freaking Al's her Big L's avatar corridor or whatever. Just go get one for free." It's like it's not the same. There's a lot of things where I spend a lot of time here. I like to be proud of what I wear, and so
Hmm.
yeah. But I do think that people are just generally more frugal about that sort of thing, especially digital assets. Which is funny because you know, microtransactions, buying skins is such a big deal, but
Yes.
buying an avatar is taken completely differently.
Yeah, I agree. I feel that well, I feel like a lot of people who probably are outside the community are probably the ones that are gonna say like, "Oh, just use a free avatar, bro. Just like, cause go to this world and get it." But like, I feel like in VR chat, some people do try to emulate real life in terms of individuality, where they want everybody to be different, right? Like, you don't want to see 50 avatars of like this, right? That'd be stupid. That'd be dumb. Like, everybody wants to look different, kind of like in real life. You want to be independent. You don't want to just blend in with the crowd. Some people do, but not me. And I think a lot of people who play this game long enough want to be independent and want to look different and want to, because it would feel bad. Like if you're, mind your own business and then like out of nowhere, you see someone that looks like they stole your avatar, even looks just like you. It just doesn't feel the same, right? Like it'd just be like,
Oh,
oh.
totally. Yeah. And that's a big reason why I even ended up switching avatars. Was I that was a popular avatar for that I used to use from a very
Hmm.
skilled avatar creator, but they have free base models out there that look almost identical to mine, maybe just different colors. And so yeah, that was a big point of why I switched over to be a little bit more original. Which I had in between. I had my own avatar that I commissioned. That was another male avatar.
Hmm.
But if any of my viewers are here, you know that probably half the stream I was that avatar, half the stream I was a female avatar. I don't know, just depending on the mood or how much vodka was consumed, I guess.
What do you mean, dude? Are you saying that the more you drink, the more feminine you appear on stream or around your friends? Is that what you're insinuating?
Whoa!
Or
That's
the
jumping to
opposite?
conclusions.
Listen, dude.
Right?
Objection.
The more I drink, the more manly I get.
The objection, Your Honor. Take it to VR court, man. Okay, I understand.
Right.
Listen, man, I just know as a general consensus, I'm not trying to say anything, but, it's my opinion. I do feel that if you get full body, you start becoming a full body thotty, it's just what it is, bro. You start looking yourself in the mirror.
100%.
You see yourself in the mirror, you're like, ooh, oh my, Damic Bones. I love that.
Yeah, you got a feeling and a look that you just can't achieve.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a pretty typical male body IRL, but I got a thick booty here in VR chat. So.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, bro. I feel like VR makes people more confident because I feel like in real life there's always like a mechanism in the back of your brain. It's like, oh, I shouldn't do that. I'm gonna embarrass myself. Oh, that's cringe or something. But in VR, like you just get people who don't even care. People start dabbing, people like doing weird stuff and just being stupid, and nobody cares. And like it gives a sense of freedom because like if you're someone who's a girl or a woman in real life, it's not required, but a lot of them do wear makeup, right? And you have to wake up, you have to dress up, and do your hair, same as a guy, you have to like dress up in a suit or whatever, go to work, right? But like VR chat, you don't have to do that. You can just pick the avatar and bada bing, bada boom. Now you have a suit, or now you have you're looking cute or whatever. Every single time you load up this game, boom, looking, got the freshest fade, got the fucking freshest kicks, What?
Right, yeah, and your shoes never get dirty if you're even wearing shoes. That is, your shoes don't get dirty. Your like clothes don't get wrinkled. And you just if you want to change up your shirt color, just hop in Unity and change around some sliders. You're good to go.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes VR chat special, I personally, when I look down, I can't see my stomach or my feet anymore. It's a trade-off, though. It's called TWS. You know what TWS is? I'll explain to you what TWS is. TWS is called thick waifu syndrome. It's a very upcoming disease that's happening in VR chat. Many people can't see their stomach anymore or feet. It's a very bad time, but I'm looking to enlist some helpers. I'm looking for some people to help tie my shoes. Sometimes when people are below me, I can't see them anymore. It is what it is, Part of the, it's a problem.
Right. I mean, do those shoes even have laces? I think you're good to go.
Oh, yeah, exposed. Yeah, I'm not wearing shoes, actually. I'm wearing high heels. Got them.
Right. So you mentioned something that I was just thinking of and talking about. That's one of the things that makes VR chat special. There are a lot of things that make VR chat really special compared to anything that's similar to it, whether that's a flat screen version or another VR version like Sansa or Rec Room.
Mm-hmm.
And I just find it absolutely hilarious how much of an you're in or you're out culture VR chat is. Mm-hmm. It's like you're either in and you get it, like you get, I don't know, like yeah, you just get it. Like okay, I'm wearing an avatar I got gigantic double E tits. And,
hell yeah.
And I'm doing handstands and backflips, not actually backflips, handstands, yeah.
Yeah.
And anybody if you're watching the VR chat category of Twitch or you've been in VR chat for any period longer than 20 minutes, you understand it. But if you don't, it is so foreign and so weird to people. I mean, just like looking at, because in my YouTube videos, I put a lot of VR chat stuff in it, even though VR chat users are not my target audience. A lot of them are VR chat users, but I would say that most of them are not. So you get 45-year-old Billy Bob Joe. That's he plays Elite Dangerous 24/7. Never stepped in VR chat in his life, and he sees Mr. Thrill over here as an outro dancing to some music, flossing in VR chat. It looks very weird, and I get a lot of weird comments, and it is funny, like you're in or you're out with VR chat.
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying. It's like Billy Bob's like, what's going on here, brother? Why is this man? I don't understand. There's this very nice cartoon animated person who's dancing in front of me. She got some nice assets to tell you right there, brother. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand. Is that a man or a woman? I don't understand. That's basically, I get that a lot in my Twitch chat too.
Right.
I get a lot of people.
I get a lot of the. How could you be a grown man in that avatar?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Are you a
What do you
sissy?
mean?
What's wrong with you, man?
Right? It's like, oh, this is why I don't like VR. It's like, oh, come on, get out of here, dude. Chill. Let people do what they want to do.
Yeah, my pee-pee's confused, brother. I don't understand.
My pee-pee.
I don't understand. What'd you do to me? What is this VR game? Bobby, you better get off that damn VR system right now. I tell you what, playing your mind.
Yeah, so it is that's one thing that I noticed between general VR community and then VR chat community. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'll give an example. I've actually done my talk show on a different category. I did it under the talk shows and podcast category like 5-6 months ago.
Oh, there's a lot of you.
1 second.
That's
Alert.
okay. I can handle all of you at once.
Hey, thanks for the raid. I appreciate that. Was I saying? Oh yeah. So I started I did this talk show in a different category under the podcasting and talk show category because it's on Twitch, and technically I'm allowed to, even though I'm in a VR chat, because this is a talk show and a podcast. Got them. And when I did
Right.
that, I did get some people, like people who have never seen VR chat before or even VR, and they were watching. They were like, right. If I was to imitate them, they'd just be like, I don't get this. What? Why is there these cartoons talking to each other? I don't understand. What the hell is this? What? This should be removed off the platform right now. I do not understand. There's something wrong with your brain. What? So.
Yeah. I totally get that. Especially, I'm talking about people that understand VR, which VR already gets a little weird. But then people that don't understand any of it, that could probably be a shock to see. Which all you gotta think you have to think animation is normally pretty expensive, and if you were to just show somebody dancing, like a very skilled dancer in VR chat to some music, maybe throw some nice editing with it, people would 100% assume, not knowing VR chat, that that's a pre-animated or like that's an animated segment.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know that there's a person that's doing motion capture essentially onto an avatar that's in virtual reality using a virtual camera. Like it doesn't click. It doesn't make sense for people yet. So yeah, I could totally get how that would be very shocking for some viewers that have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that's why I said cartoon. That's the whole joke, because they don't know it's called anime or an
Right.
animation. They're like, it's a cartoon. That's like, I don't know, Charlie Brown or something. I don't understand. What? There's some kind of one of them computer games. I played Doom in 1997 or something, but that was the last time
we
I
didn't
played.
have mice.
Yeah, listen, back in my day, Doom, that was a good game. Yep. I don't know where I'm going off of it. But anyway, get off my lawn. Is this 3D Family Guy? Yeah, that sounds about right. But anyway,
yeah.
we'll move on to another subject. So let's talk about roleplay. Have you ever thought about getting into roleplay for VR chat? Like, for example, like Kalos Row or Ascension Academy or Adventure RP or what's the other ones? There's a bunch of other ones.
I just checked out Callus Row for the first time, and dude, amazing world, really cool stuff. I thought about doing stuff like that. Like I used to enjoy, like, I was on a couple of World of Warcraft RP servers, way back when.
Moonguard.
Yeah, part of a couple of RuneScape like RP guilds, stuff like that. I definitely enjoy it. If I found the right community, I'd be way into it. But just me just jumping into random community that I have no idea who's who or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, if I like had the right friends, they're like, hey, yeah, join in, and then got slowly brought into the community, I'd definitely be down.
What if I told you I was that person? I'm in Kalos Row.
Shit.
I role-played as
Really?
Ryder the Mechanic for the entire first season.
Nice.
Now we're going into season 2. It isn't going to happen for a couple months now, but we're interested in getting more people in for season 2, which will be multiple worlds, and supposedly we might have up to like 150 people role-playing at the same time. Not in the same world instance, but we'll have
Right.
60 people in the wasteland, 60 people in the city, 60 people in the undercity, and then you switch worlds instances to like go to the undercity or go to the wasteland or whatever place. But yeah,
So
I
that's
want,
actually really cool. Can you tell me more about what that is and how it all works? Because I kind of I don't really understand how it works so much in VR chat. Is like a season more of like an ongoing? I don't. Yeah. How to just explain it to me.
how a season works. I'm not an expert. Arcanum's the one that runs the whole thing. But from my understanding, basically how a lot of people like to organize role plays in like seasons. Kind of like an anime, you know, or like I can't really speak for other role plays outside of Callus Row because that's just the one I'm a part of. But for Callus Row, we kind of had like some scripted events. So what I mean by that is like we did the role play every Friday. So every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we would role play for 3 or 4 hours, and we would have meetings before the role play starts to get extras in, and people would play as extras. So they'll play as like NPCs or like corporate like bad guys or like people that are going to invade the city or some shit, you know, just like, you know, like fill the space.
Right.
And then there's people like me who's main cast. So we're like kind of like nobody's the main protagonist or antagonist or anything like that. We're all just characters. It's a role play, right? There's not like this isn't like Dragon Ball Z where obviously everyone knows that Goku's the main protagonist, right? Any of your characters can die at any point in time, and you just have to live with it, and make a new character. Lucky for me, I didn't die, so
Right.
got him. But other people did. But how we worked was every single Friday
Sounds rough out
we
there.
would work out like certain events. So we'd have like a corporate raid where like we have corporations like I don't know, like Atlas Company would attack, and they would try and steal shit or like mess with somebody or whatever, or like we have like a fungus outbreak, or I don't know, something happens every few episodes, like an event happens, I guess you would call it, and then we have to role play and organize it. You know, we had a big finale where like we went underground and we found this necromancer and we beat the shit out of him. It was like a dungeon. It was like a World of Warcraft dungeon that was built for role play, and like they had
Yeah.
zombies and
That's
stuff.
actually really. So is any of it recorded and put together into like a video or anything like that afterwards?
Um, anybody that well most half I would say half the people who are in Calistro stream, so some of them are YouTubers like TFM Johnny, who else, Bass Koga, I don't know who else, but like a bunch of them do take their VODs and just upload them to YouTube, so there is stuff you can watch there,
Right.
straight from the beginning all the way to the end. But yeah, I just stream my perspective. I don't put on YouTube because I'm a bit lazy, and you know, it's just how it is. But for other people, they do. Everybody's different. You know, my character's a mechanic. There's some people that are like, everybody plays a different character. You can be a hobo and just be a crack dealer. You can be like a store owner. I'm a mechanic. Some people are like doctors. So like, if you're injured and you fuck up, like you have to like RP walk, like crawl to like the clinic and get fixed up, and you might have a broken leg. You might have to chop off your leg, and now they have to edit your model and actually have a robo leg or just a peg leg or whatever. So that's all in depth
Oh
we
man,
got.
I'll be like an exotic dancer assassin.
I mean, there is a brothel, and you can do that. So I mean, hey man, you look like an exotic dancer, bro. You look like just like undercover. You just pull out the sword, man, and you just start shanking people. I understand.
Oh, I got a sword too. I mean, I could pull it out. It's cool. It's kind of incognito. Just pull it out of the pants and
Yeah.
we're good to go.
Whoa. Yeah. How we
Oh,
actually?
back.
Yeah. How we determine enterprise resource planning, short form for ERP, is we just rock paper scissors. If you rock paper scissors and you win, it's a good time. If you lose, I guess you have a bad time. You have some space STDs or something. I don't know. But
Space STDs.
yeah.
Is that how the fungus outbreak happened?
That's totally how it happened. Someone was going to the brothel, had a really excited time, and the spores just kept growing, and then they took over people's brains and turn people into like fungus spore monsters, kind of like the Flood from not Fallout, from Halo, but kind of not really. And they were like, yeah. And then some necromancer dude, and they had like some spider boss battle, and it was like all epic and stuff. Some people died, haha, got them. It's pretty good.
I mean, like, sexually transmitted fungus brings a whole new meaning
Yeah.
to Mushroom Tip.
Yeah, of course. Yes, med doors open, gang. Yeah, exactly. It's like I totally didn't sabotage the med bay or anything. It's not like I totally opened the med bay doors permanently and they got pissed at me and I didn't really care, and I'm a mechanic and I can do what I want. No questions.
Right. Yeah, no, that actually sounds really interesting. Yeah, I'd be pretty interested in that, especially with like any sort of community building thing. Like, I don't know, that just sounds like fun. Bringing in people for like a common thing.
It's very ambitious because first season we had like 40 to 50 players every single Friday, and we had the main cast and some extras. And the whole map is very large. It's like 300 megabytes. It's like a huge world. Like every store you can go inside of and stuff like that. And people role play as store owners or whatever. And the whole world is like above ground. And then there's like a hobo city underground in the subway, which is the undercity where the hobos live. Well, more like the magic people, but they're kind of outlawed. They're kind of the bad people. Well, not really bad, but they're just kind of like crazy. Anyway,
right. I like how there's like a whole lore set up for it too.
Yeah, Arcanum is
I mean, obviously there would be lore set up for like an RP, but
yeah, Arcanum, his actual real job is to be a D&D GM. Like that's his actual career.
Oh wow.
So he's the one who designed.
What a job.
Yeah, designed most of it. He put up $3,000 of his own dollars to pay for this RP, like the world creation and all the avatars with it as well. Most of them are from scratch as well. So Kira and Sketchu are the ones that are working on the world and avatars. So it's a whole thing.
Wow. Yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
Did they get pretty mad at me for opening the doors? Hey, fuck them, okay? Like, whatever, dude. What are they gonna do? Kill me? They're a bunch of doctors, bro. Listen, if they kill me, then they'll never get those upgrades to the med base. So got them. See?
Yeah, how are you gonna cure that mushroom tip?
Yeah, exactly. Like, whatever. Besides,
like
besides the mushroom tips are dead. Okay, we defeated them. Okay, like whatever, bro. It's like water on the bridge.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, we killed the necromancer. I totally was not a part of that expedition because my character is a pussy, and my character also is allergic to magic, and all this stuff is magic. So if I went down there, I would just die instantaneously. So I didn't want to do that. So I just stayed in the brothel and had a good time. Drinks some.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Totally.
Chilled out with some, exotic dancer
assassins. Yeah,
that
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I just, they were all fighting. Half the people died. They came up. I was like, "Yo, what happened?" And they're like, "Oh, good times. Good times." My body is ready. Yeah, exactly. Pee pee poo poo. Yes. Anyway.
Very nice.
Yeah, there's a whole wiki about Kalos Row and everything. But for season 2, we're expanding it, like where we're gonna have like supposedly up to 200 people in the roleplay, like role-playing simultaneously. Now, obviously, you can't have 200 people in the same world. That's just the way VR chat is. But there's no stopping us from having like for example, my character lives in Kalos Row, the row is what we call it, and I would just be in that area. But like there could be 30 other people in a different instance called the Wasteland, and it's still in the metaverse of Kalos Row, and then they're just in like Mad Max fucking outside the city fucking around, and then they come to the city by just requesting off of somebody, invite them, but you know what I'm saying, like there's plans like that.
So how does that work with okay, we have these big scripted events that happen, and then we have these other things, like these micro things that happen, like interactions between each character at the end there. While it's happening, is it all like documented, like, okay, well, this person had this interaction with this person, and my intelligence went to 100, or my like speech skills I'm not actually speech skills, but I get, like the basic ideas, like I or this person ripped off this person, now we don't trust each other, yada yada. Because obviously that would have big world impacts in a giant RP with 200 people in it.
It's just word of mouth, honestly. Like you hear, like,
Oh, well, that makes more sense.
yeah, just word of mouth. Like,
Gossip.
for example, one of the characters, 8 was his name. He he got apparently a spore in his brain, so now he's just like brain dead. And I didn't know that for like weeks. So I was like, "Where's the convenience store owner? I wanted to buy some food." And then like 3 weeks later in real life, and they're like, "Oh, he's like dead." And I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "I didn't know that." Like I was gonna set up and sell some space drugs. Like what the hell, bro? I didn't know this guy was dead. What the heck? So like, there's a lot of stuff. Like if you don't talk to certain people, you wouldn't ever know. Like if you watch certain people stream Kalos Row, like the Magic people, they do some weird shit and like some. And you watch my perspective, like you can watch them and people are dying. You watch my perspective, I'm just fixing this car or like trying to rip this guy off or something. I don't know. Like it really depends on who you watch and who you talk to and
Right.
who you interact with. Like out of character, I interviewed some people and people are like, "Oh, my character doesn't like you." I'm like, "Why? What did I do?" They're like, "Oh, there's rumors that your character is a piece of shit and would rip people off." And I'm like, "What the hell? Vicious rumor, slander. What the heck? I didn't do any of those things."
Right.
So
That's actually really cool. It's bringing a whole new aspect to VR chat, which is entirely player created. Because I mean, let's be real. If until Udon like really takes off, which some of the maps are incredible that are made for it already. But up until this point, the games that you are able to enjoy with people are pretty limited.
yeah.
Especially like I know this sounds weird, but I've actually been spending time with like my family that lives across the country in Rec Room doing the quests.
Okay.
And as much as I dislike Rec Room, it's not for me. But the actual like games that you're able to play, like with like for example my little brother, is like incredible. And I wish that VR chat had more of that. I'm sure that we will with Udon, but you know, yeah, I wish that we did have more of that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You know, I wish there was more stuff of Udon. That's why I said like maybe possibly I want to do like an Udon contest to get people to entice more people to build stuff in this game because I feel like right now like only a handful of people are actually work on maps because they want to. I feel like if you have a contest or like a incentive of like, hey, you may win some money, people are gonna be like, oh shit, let's go, like fuck yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah, exactly.
so we'll have to see. But I think role playing is a growing to be a sizable thing in VR chat.
Yeah, for sure.
Some big,
especially if you've got hundreds of people in
yeah,
it.
some big YouTubers or not YouTube, sorry, streamers on Twitch are actually talking to like Arcadum, like Chaotic, and like all these other streamers are getting interested in. They're like, oh shit, like. What's this like Kalos Row thing? Like it's in VR and you can role play? What the fuck? They're like, whoa, that's kind of cool. So,
Right. Well, it also sets up like a safe environment to stream that's entertaining to
Yeah, true.
not only do but for your audience as well, which is the hardest thing whenever you're streaming to like any sizable audience is being entertaining, keeping yourself entertained, and keeping yourself from not being banned off Twitch. You know, because you could go into public worlds, be entertaining and funny all you want, but you know, eventually something's gonna happen, and you know, sometimes you'll get punished for it, sometimes you won't. But
exactly.
yeah, it's a nice, safe environment.
I'll say one last thing about Kalos Row, and then we'll move on to another subject. But Player JJ, who's someone who's been supporting a lot of people who stream VR chat, says, "Have you heard about the website that Skyman? I don't know how to say it, but is making for Kalos Row?" So what a player is talking about is that there's an idea of like having like I think like a VR or like a Kalos Row app. I think it's like a website thing where like it will show people on a map or something. I'm not like I didn't. It's something like that where like you can look on a map and it'll show where my character is and you can click that and it'll like go to my stream. You know what I mean? Like it'll click like Jack Goodman and you click it and then like it'll click to his stream and you click on me and then it goes on my stream. So like if you want to watch someone in the Kalos Row, you go to me, watch someone who's in the Wasteland or the Undercity and the Magic people are doing their weird stuff. Or you see someone in the brothel, like, oh hell yeah, I want to see what the brothel's going on. And you just click over there.
Dude, that's actually really cool. Yeah, I like that. It's like being able to, you know, you're seeing what's happening from like an overview, and then you could go hop in first person and see what. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. I kind of wish there was. Maybe we'll have it, but I kind of want someone to be like a cameraman in Chaos Row, where they just have an invisible avatar and they just walk around. They don't talk. They just follow. Because I feel like, role playing from a first person point of view is fun, but like sometimes you don't see everything, and I feel like it creates that more cinematic view if like you have someone in the world and then they're just sort of like watching what's happening. And like it gets more, it feels like
Right.
an anime or something. You're just like, oh shit, like, whoa, what's going on? Because then you don't have to, because like streamer, because when you're streaming it, you have to like occasionally take breaks, and like you only see so much. But if you're like a cameraman, you can just zoom around the whole world and see what's going on and teleport the people and be like, oh, what's going on here? This guy's getting
Yeah,
robbed.
totally.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can get you in contact with Arcadum and the boys, see what happens. But anyway,
Yeah,
um,
definitely.
another subject we can talk about is your YouTube. This is all about you, man. So obviously you hit 100,000 subscribers, and I think you just made a recent video about like a new VR, what's the Oculus or something like that coming out.
Yeah, well, it seems like it really, compared to whenever I first started my channel, it seems like the past few months, really like the past like 5 months or so, there's been just a string of new companies joining in, whether that's a Chinese company or HTC,
Yeah.
making new headsets, or on the highest end, you got like Star VR One finally releasing their headsets, and so yeah, there's just been a lot of really good stuff booming in the VR hardware market race, which is cool. It also makes it easier for me to make content because I don't have to stretch or find so many things to make videos on. Half of my content is reporting on everything new that's happening in the VR space and a lot of speculation that goes along with that. Like, here's what happened and here's what I think it means. That's pretty much what Tuesday Newsday is. Um, and then you got the whole other side where it's just general VR content where I make a video about like a haptic vest. So yeah, like for example, the newest one is a Chinese VR headset that pretty much is slightly better than the Oculus Quest, but equivalent in many ways, and launching at like a similar price, which some people don't see the value in. They don't. They haven't seen like, oh well, it's just another headset and it's Chinese and it's no big deal. Why buy that whenever you have the Quest? But the big deal with something like that is that there are no competitors for something like the Oculus Quest right now. There's nobody out there that is making something similar. And this was kind of one of the first companies that is launching almost an identical product for an almost identical price. And that's good news for us as consumers, even if you don't buy it. It's more people jumping into that segment of VR, which is probably likely the future of VR moving forward. Standalone headsets that are connectable to a PC, to where you have both sides of the coin. Yeah, so it's all good stuff. It's really exciting for anybody that's interested in VR, especially if you like the hardware side.
Yeah, I think that's interesting that like a Chinese company is trying to like get into the market here, because obviously it's been dominated by Oculus and Vive and now Index and whether there's like the Premax 4K and Samsung and all these
Yeah,
other Windows mixed reality and stuff like that. Now another company is taken in. Um, Interesting. I feel like maybe, yeah, I feel like this means that because China has a lot of, is like, well, like 1 point, like what, 3 or 6 billion or whatever. And like that means more people are going to get interested in VR because they're like, oh my God, I got a VR headset. And they might look at other ones. They might look into VR. Maybe it might influence more people playing VR chat or Rec Room or I don't know, whatever VR
right.
game. So it gets
Well,
more
the
people interested.
crazy, yeah, and like the crazy thing about China right now in VR is that people don't realize, but like they're 30% of the global market for VR. Like right now, in terms of market share, they hold 30%.
Mm-hmm.
So we may not see a lot of it, but that's also because something like the Oculus, any Oculus headset, is significantly harder to get in China. I mean, Facebook is not a thing in China. Oculus is a Facebook company. Steam is hardly available in China. Imagine trying to get a Valve Index in China and you can't even get one in like Australia. So, I think a lot of people overlook the Asia market in terms of VR and hardware because they are far more focused on simple three degrees of freedom,
Mm-hmm.
like really simple VR headsets that are just media viewers essentially. But yeah, there's a huge future there, a lot of potential. And also, people assume that HTC Vive is doing really terrible, which they are doing pretty bad if you look at their stocks. And the Cosmos has kind of been essentially a flop in terms of sales. If you look at the Steam hardware chart and how many people have actually adopted the Cosmos compared to like the Index or Rift S or Quest. But in China and Asia in general, HTC is the man. Like they govern the market over there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you can still get an Oculus headset over there. It's just significantly harder versus a Taiwanese company like HTC. They're just everywhere.
Okay. Interesting. It really does depend on where you live. Let's talk about well, I don't know if you had the haptic suit when I first interviewed, but obviously you have a haptic suit, which I guess you explain it a lot better than I could. Testing and how it works and what's your experience like with it.
Yeah, for sure. So, pretty much what this haptic suit is, it's a vest. It's 2 feet components that go like directly on your feet, and then arms, and then also like a little facial interface, kind of like a VR cover that's haptic that attaches to your headset, and it's all wireless. You need like 5 Bluetooth dongles. Um,
Holy
Battery lights are
smokes.
all good on all of them, but yeah, so it's really cool that something like that is decently affordable, and by affordable I mean like for everything it's like a little more than $1,000. Well, like we just you look at a year ago, 2 years ago, that was not even an option. Like you couldn't as a consumer just go out and buy a haptic suit and have it be supported software wise because a big really important part for something like a haptic suit is to have that software support. And for that, you need to work with developers. And it's hard to get developers to make something work with something that is going to have, maybe 100 to 1,000 people ever use. So company B Haptics has done that, and a few games have gotten support for it or mod support like VRChat. It's not natively supported for VRChat, so you have to go in and use some other software. And it does it in a really interesting way by using like a shader on the vest, and then that shader, all the red dots appear on the top left of your VRChat screen. Like whenever you're just using, you open up VRChat and you can see your screen, like your VR view, and all these red dots show up, and then a separate software captures those red dots and translates that to haptic feedback. So really interesting way of doing it. It's a workaround, and it's not natively supported, but it does work with anything that collides with your avatar. It's really cool. At the end of the day, it's just vibration. It's not like if you touch my chest whenever I've got the haptic suit on, it's not like I feel your fingers on my chest. It's not like that. But if you either do one of two things and like have enough beer or alcohol to like let your brain make the connection,
Yeah.
or you just or you just use it enough to like translate that in your mind that somebody's touching you, it's just vibration, then yeah, it's a really cool piece of tech. The idea that you could I don't even know where where you're at, but we're hundreds of miles away, and we're in a virtual world. I'm in VR, and you could touch me with your virtual avatar, and I could have any sort of physical response is incredible, in my mind at least.
Yeah, I agree. Which haptic suit is this? What's the brand and like price wise?
Yeah, this is B Haptics. So it's B Haptics. I think it's called the Tactit, and then Tactici. They've got some weird names for all their stuff. For just the vest, it's like $500. And then if you want, which VRChat only supports vest, arms, and then the facial interface. So for all of that, it's like around $1,000, $900.
Oh shit, that's like the $1,000 DLC right there. I'm telling you what. VRChat's a free game. When you start adding it up, the index, the full body. If you get a new microphone, headphones, avatar, worlds. Like this game is free, but like you're gonna soon put in like you got to get a new computer, 2,000. That's like $3,000 investment. Like even the haptic, you're like, bro, I play this game's free, but I spent $5,000, so now you can head pat me in VR chat. Hell yeah.
I saw somebody say, "Lol, augmenting your VR experience with alcohol." And I gotta be honest,
That's not a lie. It's like kind of a drug that people can take to enhance your immersion in VR, if you can handle it. That is, some people get really sick with the mix of VR and alcohol. You might be more prone to motion sickness, but really, it's
kind of like that if you think about it.
I'll tell you something, man. You've been drunk in VR chat, right? In VR?
No, never.
That hard cap, dude. Anyway, sarcasm. It's an interesting experience, right? If you get really drunk in VR and then you take off your headset, you're just like, holy shit, and you just like fall on your ass, right?
Right.
Right? Wait, that's just me? What the fuck, dude?
Like I know. Like,
Thanks
people
for
ask
the
me all the time, how do you make friends in VR chat?
I mean,
Look,
bits.
if you're of
Thanks
age
for the
or if you're
bits.
able to,
Oh.
just go on a Friday night or
Never.
Saturday night
Into the pub or really any world that's popular drinking night and go grab yourself a couple beers. Everybody's a little looser in VR chat with a couple beers.
Yeah, man. No, I'm saying this because when you drink or intoxicated and you're in VR, you actually won't have the sense of really being drunk until you take off your headset, because it's just a screen. It's like, one dimensional, right?
dangerous.
There's no depth of field. So in VR, it's a mind trick. Woo! But when you take off your headset, you're gonna be like, bro, what the fuck? You're gonna feel like 10 times more drunk immediately.
It does.
It's like beer goggles,
Yeah, totally. Except it's like reverse beer goggles.
Yeah, it's
It,
reverse
like, makes
beer
you
goggles.
not feel like
Yeah.
you're drunk.
Yeah. That's why so many people can take like 20 shots, 30 shots in VR. They're like, oh, dude, I'm so totally fine, bro. Take off the headset. And they're like, oh, this fucking die or fall over. I don't even know, dude. I've seen it one too many times. Like, dude, I'm fine, bro. Let's
Right,
take it.
the
Let's
question
go,
is, have you
dude.
ever,
What?
have you ever passed out on the floor of a public world?
No, who does that, dude? What do you think I am, dude? I'm Private World Andy, dude. What? Hey, you getting
Wake
drunk?
up on the floor of Void Club and
Oh yeah. You exposing
Yeah.
yourself here? You sharing?
No, hey, this is old me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Before before, in the past.
Yeah, in the past.
Yeah, Wolf Boy mode. Yeah, Wolf Boy mode makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like a public Void Club would be the worst possible place to pass out in VR. Yeah, because people would abuse you real quick. I get it that people sleep in VR chat, and that's fine. That's fair. But I don't understand why people do it in a public world, because it's just kind of like I can just walk up to you, play this like really loud, obnoxious avatar, and yeah, I've been in what's it called? It's like a sleeping world. I forget what it's called. And there's a person sleeping. I just went to the teleport for the door. I saw someone like sleeping, and I can hear them like snoring. And then some person's like, "Hey, get out of here right now! I wanna fucking beat your I wanna kick you, bro. They're sleeping." And I'm just like, like, if you're sleeping this game, go to a private world. What the fuck? What are you doing?
Right. Well, I think that from looking at other people's experience,
Not talking from my own at all, but falling asleep in a public world under those circumstances, I don't think that was by choice. I think it was oh man, I'm just gonna lay down for a minute. You lay down for a minute and then wake up the next morning.
Yeah, there's been some interesting things I've witnessed in VR chat, like people getting really drunk and then you just hear some guy vomiting. that was an experience.
Yeah, that's some wet VR right there.
Yeah.
Speaking of drinking and whatever,
We were talking about community in VR. I think that VR chat has turned into one of the coolest things for the VR community.
Yes.
I've noticed that in terms of player pops, everything, but during these times, during COVID and whenever, it's kind of not socially acceptable to go out and party right now.
Yeah.
Right?
One
or,
second.
even hang out with friends.
I don't want to mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
I gotta open my door. My dog is assaulting my
That's no
door.
problem.
So you keep talking. We're back. 1 minute.
Oh, I'm gonna keep talking. Okay. Let's see. We heard her slap him right across the face through HMD. God. Yeah. I've definitely walked into a few weird IRL encounters that people are having while they're in VR.
All right, back.
Sometimes you just miss that mute button, you know?
True. Where were we? Oh yeah, drinking and having a good time. Do you ever think about like the hidden communities of VRChat? What I mean is like, do you ever think that someone in VRChat, do you think there's like AA meetings?
Yeah. I know that a place like Altspace has things very specific like that. And so Altspace has like 10 people using it. So I can imagine that VRChat with its much larger community probably has similar things.
Mm-hmm. I get you.
Some shade.
Fuck, dude. God damn, bro. Listen, dude. If you use full body or if you use PlaySpace Mover, this thing right here, if you go into Altspace and use it, they'll fucking ban your ass.
Yeah, that's how I got banned.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it last time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I got banned from Altspace. Literally, so I went into a meeting in Altspace. It was a big like VR meeting. There's like people from like the medical industry that were going in to have lectures and talks about how it's helped them. I was like, you know what? I got invited. I'll just I'll just show up. Maybe it'll be interesting. Maybe I'll meet somebody cool. That's like in the industry, not gaming or whatever related, or even consumer related. And then, dude, I did this.
Banned,
bro. Banned within minutes. I was in. Okay, if you look at my profile, I've got 10 minutes in Altspace, and I'm currently banned from the game.
Listen, dude.
I'm not being soft on him, dude. I'm not forgiving him. All right.
Listen here, brother. That's one of the modified clients, brother. You should be able to fly in my Altspace world. And tell you what, you cheating, brother. You better be walking on the ground, boy. If you floating, my God, you think you're the almighty Jesus. I tell you what, how you flying there, buddy? You trying to go under the map so I can't see your nameplate or something, brother? I can't even kick you from the lobby, man. You under the map or something, tell you what. Boomhauer.
You know what was worse is I went on Twitter and I said, did I really just get banned from Altspace for using PlaySpace Mover?
Mm-hmm.
And then the original guy, I don't think he no longer, I don't think he works at Altspace anymore. He works on some other projects.
All right.
But the guy that implemented that rule replied to me and pretty much snarkily said, "Yup, I remember when I did that. That was to stop people called mole rats or whatever." And it's like, holy shit! No wonder your community has like 100 users max ever.
Floor gang. Yeah, you gotta stop them mole rats.
Gang, yo.
Well, you gotta stop them mole rats, boy.
Dude,
if you hide under the
this
map
is
like
true.
this, what? I can't kick you from my lobby. That's cheating. You cheating, boy. That's what they're trying to say.
Altspace is full of some ceiling gang. I like this is absolute proven fact at this point.
Dude, they're all boomers, man. Literally, Altspace is Boomerville for VR, and then Rec Room is kind of like the Zoomers,
cringe.
man. Rec Room is Zoomers. Altspace is for Boomers. So, and VR Chat's for weeps.
Yup.
So,
Right.
bruh. I mean, listen, I never played Altspace. Maybe I should, and maybe I will get banned too. But but every time I watch a video, it's always like some 30-plus-year-old guy on like, all right, man, I just got out of my white collar job. I'm a lawyer, and I just get on VR to get some clients. You know what I'm saying? Legal stuff. And I'm just like, what the. You play VR chat, some guy's bragging about like ERP or something. It's like, what the hell?
Right. It's like, yo, dude, her ass was so fat, and then you got Altspace is like, talking about their clientele with their how they just want a case for their clients.
Yeah. They probably can't fathom anything else. They're like, why aren't you talking there? Hey, failure, why aren't you talking, huh? You got a pair of lungs, you got vocal cords, why aren't you speaking, huh? Speak up to me or what? What you doing, mute? Probably.
I think that goes back to what we were talking about at the very beginning. Just VR chat's a very in or out thing. You
Yeah.
either get it or you don't.
Yeah.
Which I would love for more people to get it for sure. That would at the very least, it would diversify the community of VR chat significantly. I think that you'd have the same community that we have now, which is very diverse, but then you'd throw in a whole normie segment, which I'm totally cool with. I'm totally cool with.
Normies. I get what
Yeah,
you're saying.
throw on your Doom guy outfit. It's fine. It's cool. You don't
Yeah,
have to be anime
it's
chick.
like what a Millen said. Facebook Horizons it's being literally advertised to boomers.
Oh, there's a lot of
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
That's okay.
Which actually,
I
speaking
can
of
handle
Facebook
all of you
Horizons,
at
like we
once.
were supposed to have access as like going to Oculus Connect 6 last year. We were supposed to have access to that like 5 months ago, like an early build of it, to give feedback. That's MIA, bro. I don't know what's going on with Facebook Horizons. I really, really hope that they're doing a complete overhaul from what they showed us. Because, look, you can't just copy Rec Room and Altspace and maybe some parts of VR chat and then expect to have some sort of giant community out of nowhere. And then also tie it in with Facebook. I don't know how many people actually use Facebook, to be honest.
boomers. Yo, thanks to Dust Bunny for the raid slash host. I appreciate they were doing an interview with Thrill here, my good friend. But Facebook Horizons, I don't know how I feel about the Facebook connection, because then everyone's going to see your first name, your last name. They're going to be like, yo, John Smith. Yeah, you talking shit on my Facebook post, bitch. Yo, let's fight in ping pong, bro. Yo, I'll 1v1 you in basketball. Dude, your kicks aren't fresh anymore, bro. In VR, I own your ass. I can see that happening, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a cast system in Facebook Horizons.
Jeez. I feel like Facebook Horizons, man, it's going to create those group dynamics, dude. They're going to call you out on your first name, last name basis, dude. Oh, man, it's going to be an interesting times, all I'm saying.
Right. I mean, if Facebook, which I'm not even gonna say Oculus here because it's Facebook Horizons, there's no point in distinguishing between the two in that way right now. But if Facebook were smart, they would really piece together Horizons right now, or 2 weeks ago, or a month ago. Like, this is peak getting people into social VR right now. This is the time if they want to build a player base and people to join in. I mean, do it whenever people can't go outside.
I get you. Yeah, true. They should. But, it's up to Mark Zuckerberg,
I mean,
you
you joined up in my little... I had like a 50-person meetup.
Yeah, I did.
Which that's about as big as much as I could fit in there with, because you could add in more people than the population count.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I've been really enjoying that. We've been doing like once a month, a little big VR chat party.
Hell yeah.
It's been a blast. I think it's been a nice little outlet for people to get around people,
It's nice, I only knew you in that entire lobby. I didn't know anybody else. I was like, holy smokes, there's this amount of people playing VR chat? I thought I knew everybody. And literally nobody knew anything about me. They're just like, who are you? They're like, who are you, man? How are you friends with Thrill, huh? Who are you, bro? What? Who? I was like, I'm a streamer, I just interview people. They're like, yeah, okay, dude. Okay, man.
Okay,
dude. You better
Yeah,
back up,
yeah,
bro.
we
You're
need-
you're too close to Thrill, man. You better back up. 5-foot roll, bro. Listen, bro. Tier 3 sub, bro. I paid to be here, bro. Better back up.
I know. Whoa, it's not like that.
Okay.
Whoa. Yeah. We got a whole thing called Thrimp, and I'm not a big fan of it.
Thrimp? You're a Thrimp, bro?
No. Get out of here.
Okay, all right.
I'm not a fan.
Speaking of Twitch, you applied for partner, right?
Yes.
When did you apply?
So I applied last Friday.
So
Well, no, actually not last Friday. The Friday before that. So I'm more than a week, into the application thing. Look, so I don't know if anybody. Maybe I'm totally wrong here, but I know for a fact that like Twitter verification and YouTube, which is essentially the same thing as getting partnered,
in Twitch, like with getting your play button
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube.
It's the same idea. Those systems are both down. They're halted right now because of COVID. So I don't know if Twitch is too, but
I've heard that I would need to apply multiple times as is.
Well, I've dived in, man. I've done the work. I've done the detective work to figure it all out, man. You know, I looked at all the charts, dotted all the I's and T's, you know, crossed the T's, you know.
right.
So what I've realized is that it really depends on multiple factors. You know, if you already have an established audience, you know, on some other platform, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, other streaming platforms, whatever. It also depends on where you live. I'll give an example. So last week or a few days ago, a person by the name of Aimdoll got partnered on Twitch, and one of my friends, Ollie, applied at the exact same time, but Ollie got declined, but she got accepted, and technically one person has more viewers than the other, but what it really depends on is where you're from. Aimdoll's from Australia. My friend Ollie's from Israel. And I think it depends on which continent you're from. So in Australia, I 100% bet on it that there's less streamers in Australia than in Asia or in Europe or in North America. There's a lot less Australian streamers on Twitch, which means that she applied and got it pretty easily. And you know, other people in Europe, for example, if you didn't know, like Loathon, when he had like 300, 400 viewers when he first applied for partnership, I think he got declined first time, even though he had like 300, 400 viewers. But like, there's people in NA that applied with like 150 and they got a first try. Like, it really depends on where you're from, how many applications, what you're doing. So, yeah. Another one of my people I've interviewed, Flynn. He's okay. So, he started streaming, and within 9 days, he got partner. 9 days of streaming. And he's Australian.
Holy cow!
He speed ran, dude.
I mean,
Now,
I'm guessing that he had a YouTube audience beforehand.
nope. Basically, he had 1,000 viewers because he was a part of when all the big streamers were playing XQC, Hassan and Soda Pop, and were all playing VRChat at the same time. And he was on their stream, and then, you know, that gave him a lot of exposure. So when he first started his first stream, he got 1,000 viewers. And then he got partnered for 9
Wow,
days.
that's incredible.
So it really depends on where you're from. I've heard of, like, my good friend Tiff Leafons. She's from the UK, and she has like 250, 300 viewer average and got declined first try. So, like, I think in Europe it's really tough for people. I don't know, whoever's at Twitch EU, man, they're you know, they're very strict over there. But in like NA or Australia, it's like the easiest. It's just like, oh yeah, 75. All right, here you go, bro. So So
Yeah, I did apply a while ago, but I actually I hadn't even met the requirements. This was probably like 6 months ago. I was fine on average viewers and on
amount of hours streamed, but my number of days streamed was too low because I used to just stream like sporadically. I'd be like, oh, I'm going live now. Now I actually got a schedule. So hopefully this is my second time applying technically, but I've far surpassed all the requirements. So we'll see. I see partner push on your title. I'm guessing that you
I applied
or trying to apply.
I applied May 9th.
Oh, nice.
So it's been almost 2
that
weeks.
was probably really similar time to whenever I played.
We'll have to see.
I'm curious to see how that goes. Yeah.
Lothon's actually in the chat. He says, I was declined in 8 hours the first time. Lothon, how many times did you apply for? Because I remember watching you. It was last year, right? And I remember seeing that. I remember you had like 300, 400 viewer average, and I was like, how does this guy get declined? I was like, what? What the heck? Like, I don't know. It's so weird. And then like I see people, you know, who have like 100 viewers and they get accepted. So I just don't know. I think it really depends on where you live and what kind of content and what you're doing and stuff like that. But I do know that a lot of people
from what
in
I've
Europe,
seen, I feel like the numbers
don't matter as much.
He applied
like,
3 times.
I think I'm at like,
holy shit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I'm at like around like 170-ish average. But really like the one thing that I have going for me is just like the YouTube stuff, like having the community, because that's where my Twitch viewership comes from. Is I bring people in from other places, which I'm sure Twitch likes. You know, bringing people new Twitch users in, even if it's a small amount, like a few hundred. But yeah, so that's like my one thing going for me is that.
But I don't know. We'll see. I'm curious.
Yeah, that's crazy. 3 times, he said. We'll start taking questions from the chat, by the way, now. So if anyone has any questions from the chat, we'll start reading them off. But 3 times, that's crazy. Because I remember, okay, so you applied first time. I think you had like 400. I don't know what you had a second time and third time, but like, dude, that's a little ridiculous. Like, you have like 5 times the required amount or whatever the minimum required amount is, and then you're still getting declined. It's like, I remember Lyndon also applied as well, and he got declined like 4 or 5 times, and I don't know. It's just really weird. I don't know like what the formula is. I just know that like certain places where you live is a lot easier. Like I said, Australia seems to be like a key area where it's very easy. Hey, let's all move to Australia. Let's just go. Hey guys, let's go to
Dude, right?
Australia for a month. Let's go. I'm just kidding.
I don't, man, but the internet's not so great.
Yeah, I guess UK partner team hates us.
Like,
Well, I don't know if it's isolated to UK. It might be just Europe. I don't know. I think it's based on continent, right? Like North America, Europe, Asia. I don't know anyone who
Probably.
gets partnered in Africa, but
Yeah.
there's probably some, right?
probably
Oceanic.
based on your
Antarctica,
for sure.
dude. Nobody. Do you think anyone streams in Antarctica? Just like the one person gets
I
partnered
bet you
immediately.
somebody on Twitch. There's like somebody on Twitch like climbing a freaking ice mountain right now.
What the heck?
They're like, yo,
24-hour stream, we'd be climbing a mountain.
Yo, let's go. Start at the base of the mountain. Do the vodka F
Yeah,
in the
dude,
chat.
he's like-
F in the chat, guys. We're back.
he's got his like ice spike. He's like, gah. He's like, oh, dude, pog.
Champ, dude, look at that.
The stream cuts right when he's about to fall. Oh shit. Monka ass. Dude, I listen, bro. I'm not gonna climb this mountain unless I get 500 more subs, dude. I'll go one more mile, bro. Gonna milk that melon, bro.
Yo, look at that. Throw me some penguin emotes for that penguin.
Dude, look at that penguin, dude. Natural discovery, bro. You're streaming in like Africa. You just see a cheetah, dude. Look at that, dude. I'll pet that cheetah, dude. 1,000 subs right now, dude. I'll do it.
Oh, dude, Monka TOS.
It's okay,
It has to be
man.
against TOS, right?
Yeah, it is. That's don't do that. Dude, I'm dying, but give me a Twitch Prime, please. I can't pay my
Yo,
medical bills.
Look, I'm about to die, but have you heard of Twitch Prime?
Yeah. Play the ad, guys. Play the ad. I'm getting bit. Getting attacked. Oh shit! Pog jumps off the mountain. I'm skiing. Let's go, bro. Anyway, we'll take some questions in the chat.
I saw something of how long you've been streaming, or I guess both of us.
Me? I've been streaming. Well, technically I started in 2012, but I don't really count that. If you want to say for VR chat, 2.5 years. Every day almost.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Holy cow.
Yeah, I'm committed.
Dedication, dude.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm about
7 months ish.
Okay.
It hasn't been totally consistent. Like sometimes I'll be
4 days a week. Sometimes I'll be like 1 day a week. But for the past like month and a half, 2 months, it's been solid 3 days a week on schedule. So yeah, about 7 months. Really 2 months taking it really seriously though.
Okay.
yeah.
Any more questions? If your name starts with any letter of the alphabet, big PP. Yeah, true. Should I get a Rift S or a Quest? Lol.
That's
So a lot of my streams are people asking me VR related questions.
not
Okay.
so much just me doing like jokes or whatever. That's about probably half of my streams, and then the other half is me answering like questions, doing just chatting stuff. And that is the biggest question that's asked by brand new people that are brand new to the stream. You know, they're just coming from a Tuesday news day or whatever, and they just that's a hot question. Should I get a Rift S or Quest? You know, I probably answer it just to be like really nice, like 3 times a stream. Sometimes by the last time I answered every stream, it's a far shorter answer
Okay.
than whatever my first one was. But yeah, it's a kind of a meme in the community. That's a very commonly asked question.
Okay. What do you consider success?
That's all like super relative. Um,
Success to some people is, if you're talking about, I'll just talk specifically like YouTube and Twitch success.
I think it's being happy and content with your numbers and your viewership in your community. You could have that same level of happiness and successful feeling whether you have 500 viewers or 500 views on YouTube or 500 viewers on Twitch. Of course, the community gets larger and larger, and people start to kind of maybe care about you more the bigger you are, maybe. But yeah, I think that
You could be successful and have a small channel with
with like a smaller community, if you're happy with that, right? Like
Yeah.
if that's
but then if the more you're happy with your community and your content stuff, the more it's just going to grow, and then your idea of success will become maybe growing.
Yeah, so which is it? That's the quest, dude. Like, come on, like, real talk, dude. Like, come on,
what?
just quest.
Just a quest?
Yeah, just come on, man. I really need to know,
Okay.
man.
Okay. Here, I'll give you the full answer. The full answer. All right. So I made a video beforehand, like 6 months ago, pretty much saying that the Rift S is a better option for just flat out
PC VR than the Quest, which is true still to this day in a few ways, like clarity of the displays and comfort. But as the Rift S has been slightly abandoned by Oculus, and the Quest has received so many incredible updates like hand tracking, and now the Quest is, the Quest is now usable with USB 2.0 for the Link. And then future things that are going to happen to the Quest platform, as well as Quest exclusives. It's hard for me to recommend the Rift S anymore. The future of Oculus is certainly a standalone VR headset that is an all-in-one headset, and that's what the Quest is right now. So that's what they're focusing on. So I'd say Quest, especially if you have money for a deluxe audio strap.
Okay, there you go. That was
Yeah.
Lothon asked that. Anyway,
that's a very rehearsed. That's a very rehearsed.
dude, that was a
answer. I'm not sure if you
textbook
can tell.
answer, dude. To answer the previous question about what Player said about like what do you define success? I think to me it's about what makes you happy. Some people think of it like as a stat where it's like, oh, once I hit that partnership and get that check mark or something. I don't. For me, that's just like, I don't know, a side thing. You know, that's not the main objective here. I've already hit success. Like me doing my talk show and having people watch is more than enough for me. You know, I've been a streamer for about 2.5 years, like I said, and for the first 2 years, I felt like I just wasted my time and didn't really know what the hell I was doing, and I wasn't really happy. And then when I started doing this talk show 8 months ago, I found more success and doing what I love. I didn't try to be something that I'm not. You know, some people just look at other streamers and be like, oh, I could do memes, oh, I could do dancing or singing or RP or whatever. And I tried to do those things, but it never worked out for me. And what worked out for me was just doing my own thing and doing my own talk show and just talking to people and sharing their stories and getting to know them better. And that's where I found my success, by doing my own thing. And that's basically it. Just doing my own thing and following my own path and not having to worry about what other people are doing and be like, oh my God, oh, I don't have enough viewers, oh, you know, whatever. I'm happy where I am, and that's what matters to me. Just doing my own thing.
Yeah, it always
feels really good, and I think it's a good feeling of success whenever you feel like, and don't think I'm
saying I'm like art. This is anything sexist, but you're the guy. No matter what you're the guy about, like you're the guy to go to for this like this sort of content. No one else does it, and if people do it, it's not to your level, and you're the guy for this sort of thing. That's people watch it for that.
I'm that one guy.
You know.
That one rebel, you know.
Hey, well,
You know, right?
Got 'em.
No, and then you look at people that do maybe like woodworking on YouTube, like they're the guy for it. You know, you watch them for that. And so I think having that niche and that audience that knows what to expect out of your content, enjoys what they're going to expect,
and you're happy with what you're doing, then yeah, that's totally a great measure of success.
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying. There's a lot of words here. It, I mean, part of the reason why I have this talk show is because it's kind of like just who I am as a person, to be very connected and introverted and talk to as many people as I can, and I just love talking to people. Like, what I realized is that when I did stream before my talk show, I would literally just sit there and talk to somebody for an hour about something, and just talking to somebody in a public world or like a Friends Plus or Friends World really wasn't a good format. So I decided to make a talk show. Now it actually works. So I just took what I was doing like 2 years ago and then designed a talk show around it, and here we are.
Yeah, totally.
Like you notice how, like, for example, there's no mirror here. We're not talking in front of a mirror. We're talking face to face.
Right.
I designed that choice. I could have had a mirror sitting right there and or I could have just sat in the lag-free box and said, "Hey, come on my talk show. We're gonna stand in front of this mirror for 2 hours and talk." I could have did that if I really wanted to, but I
Right.
didn't. I wanted to have the standard being we're trying to emulate an actual talk show and have a conversation face to face.
You know, I think you're onto something with that mirror, though.
Oh yeah.
Just-
Oh yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, dude. VR chat Joe Rogan. Hey, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I try to. Well, Joe Rogan is an
We didn't
example.
talk drugs enough, though.
True. We'd have Elon Musk on here.
Dude,
Bring
have
him
you-
on.
Have you ever tried DMT though?
Me? No. Have you?
I mean, you're like not against DMT though, right?
I mean, listen, dude. You can do whatever you want. It has nothing to do with me. You smoking weed or drinking alcohol or injecting 10 marijuanas into your arm has nothing to do with my life. So I
Look,
don't really care.
I'm just making a very specific Joe Rogan joke
Oh.
reference. I'm not
Oh,
actually
I
trying to
thought
talk
it-
about DMT.
Oh, I thought you were saying like, yeah, dude, I actually just injected some right now, dude. I'm actually on DMT this entire time.
No. Joe Rogan just
In every single podcast, doesn't matter whether it's President Bush or Joe Rogan himself, they're going to be talking about psychedelics. So that was the only.
Are you
reference.
against TMT, bro? Bro, listen, dude, after this podcast, we're going to smoke up right now, dude. We're going to inject 10 marijuanas into my brains, into my veins, bro, and we're going to go... And then, dude, I can't trust you until you've taken this drug with me, bro. Like, unrelatable, dude. Getcha, bro.
yeah, totally.
That was with Mike Tyson. I think I watched some of that interview. It was actually quite interesting. He said, like, it broke him down, dude. He was just like, dude, I had a big ego, and now I'm just worthless. I'm like, oh, shit. God damn. God damn, dude. Changed your life, bro. Apple Glass. I guess I don't watch enough Joe Rogan. I don't know. I only watched, like, the Elon Musk and, like, a couple. I guess I didn't really... all
Yeah,
the memes.
I haven't watched Joe Rogan in a while.
I
I
get
used
ya.
to watch him all the time, but that was whenever I worked like a normal job and I had a long commute to work, and that's a great time to listen to podcasts. But whenever,
whenever I'm not driving for an hour and a half every day,
Mm.
my podcast time is significantly cut down.
Hey, man, some people tell me they listen to me when they're driving or whatever. They pull up the VOD just to listen to the audio. I'm like, oh, damn, dude.
Right.
Oh,
that's cool.
yeah. Some people said they fall asleep to me. I don't know if that's an insult or...
I think that's a positive thing. People say the same thing about me. I think it just means that your voice is very
Very nice. Yeah.
I get you. Listening at work, soothing voice. Yeah, man. I mean, when people talk about comparisons, I don't think of Joe Rogan. I think of as me as more closer to like Conan or Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert or Jay Leno or Johnny Carson. Do you know those names?
I agree as well.
Yeah. I'm trying to emulate that. Joe Rogan's more of a like I don't know, how would you describe it? He's just like, I don't know, just Format?
Well, it's a different format. It's a talk
Yeah.
show versus like a podcast.
Podcast.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it is basically. Yeah.
It's my good friend
Oh.
Pix over there. They're my camera person.
Oh,
Sweet tail. I take the red
Let's
and blue
see.
pill, dude. Yeah, man. Would
I
you
see
pick?
somebody. Would you pay $100 for a VR facial expression tracker?
Means like an eye tracker.
That'd be a steal. Yeah, I mean, or like, because like, Facebook has something where they have a video on it where it's an actual facial expression tracker using a camera and it maps your face,
Mm-hmm.
and you can put it onto a mesh, through textures. And yeah, I mean, $100 would be a steal.
like the closest thing that we have to any sort of add-onable thing related to facial expression trackers is the eye tracking setup that's available
Mhm.
for the Vive Cosmos. Really, any Vive headset, but that's like still $200, $250.
What if I told you it already
It is out
exists?
there, by the way. Facial expression tracker for $100.
Well, not facial expression, but eye tracker. What I mean is, if you buy the Vive Pro, it actually has a Tobii eye
Yeah, it has
tracker
the
built
Tobii eye
in. Yeah.
tracking.
So
Yeah.
that's how certain people are VTubers, by the way. Just pro tip. Totally whispering, but you totally can hear me at the same volume, as if whispering actually worked in VR chat. I wish.
Yeah, but the problem with throwing Tobii eye tracking into the Vive Pro and the Vive Pro eye particular is that you're stuck with the Vive Pro. It's not an add-on, which if you looked at
True.
eye tracking technology, it's not exactly simple technology. That's why it's integrated directly into that headset versus
Mm.
buying a $200 add-on, which they do have for like the Cosmos and Vive and the Vive Pro if you really wanted to. It's just slot it right in, but it's not as good as Tobii eye tracking for sure.
I get you. Thrill Pollock. We've been going for almost an hour and a half, by the way. And usually this show's only an hour long.
Oh,
that,
wow.
That means we had a really good time, dude. That's what that means, bro.
Yeah. Oh, wow, time flies by. I did
Yeah,
not even
man.
know that.
So I guess we'll wrap it up here. So what I'll do is I'll put the camera on you, and if you have any finishing closing statements about anything, like, hey guys, I'm working on this really cool project, or I don't know, whatever. You just say your bit. If you want to plug yourself, anything you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a small plug. So right now, I don't know if I should drop a link or have somebody drop a link somewhere, but I am selling some shirts. I don't think I'm trying to like make money off this. They're VR chat related shirts, and every dollar that comes out of it is going directly towards COVID relief. I see a lot of other communities for gaming communities or like Minecraft servers and stuff doing things to give back and contribute whenever you can. And it's a user is online in a private world shirt. So yeah, it's something cool, something weird and quirky, but yeah, it's something that I started up, and all the profits are going to COVID relief to do our part as VR users and the VR community. Yeah, so that's one thing I got to plug. Next thing is just enjoy your friends in VR and VR chat, and I'm glad to have you all part of this giant community. Much love.
Hey, go check
There we
go check him out. What's your
That's all I got.
Twitch, by the way? It's Thrill something, Thrill Uwu, or
Yeah, it's just Thrillawoo. Twitch.tv/Thrillawoo, and then YouTube channel Thrill Seeker.
yeah, man, hit this guy up with a follow, get some Twitch primes, subscribe to him, get that 1 million gold thing on
Right.
YouTube. You get the silver play. I don't know when that's gonna happen. Like when you're gonna actually receive it, because I've heard I've heard people take like years to get that thing, even though they already have like 100,000.
Like 6 months. Like they'll have like 500K by the time they get 500K.
Listen, dude, I'll never get that thing, dude. I've been hard stuck at like 3,000 subs. Never uploaded a video in like 10 years. One day, dude. One day. 20 years.
Hey, anybody can do it. It's gotta be
True.
consistent.
True. But anyway, thank you so much again for coming by, Thrill. I really do appreciate it, man. Second interview. I'm your host, That One Rebel. This
Yeah,
is my
sure.
talk show, Late Night F Rebel, and thank you so much for stopping by. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't already, hit that follow button. I think it's like down here, I don't know where Twitch updated and moved it around. If you haven't already, hit that follow button to watch more interviews. I interview people almost every single day. I also have plans of doing podcasts where I interview multiple people. I also am doing two little like I have a project. I'm doing an art contest. So I'd just like to remind everybody, if you put exclamation point contest into the chat, it links you to a tweet I made on my Twitter, and pretty much I have a prize pool $1,000 US. So if you are an artist and been looking to, participate and draw my OC, my character here, you're more than welcome to and participate. It goes from May 10th to June 1st. It's the cutoff date. Also, I have a project I want to announce. So, two projects actually. So, at the end of this month, May, in about 10 days, I'm going to have my new talk show world, designed by Legends, a really cool, awesome person. And then, so that's going to be awesome. New world, new set. And also, sometime in the mid of June, so June 15th, maybe closer to my birthday, June 22nd, I'm commissioned a cosplayer to look like me. And that's going to be really cool. And we're going to have some cool, exciting streams and future stuff working on. So, yeah. A person that's going to look like me.
Oh, that's really cool, actually.
Yeah. Bringing my character to the real world, That's the next level. So,
Right?
stay tuned. Anyway, before you go, we'll take a picture of my good friend over here, Pixel, very lovely assistant of mine. But before we do that, we'll rate somebody. So, do you have any recommendations for who we should rate / host?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got our boy trying to get into some VR content. Right now he's doing OSU. I don't know. Whole Wheat Pete.
Whole Wheat Pete. Okay. Do you have
Yeah.
the link? You have to type the name for me, and I can type /raid.